In today's video, I got Colin. We're gonna chat about a few things. This is a big pain point for people. Is like if I'm out of range, should I kind of rebalance? Should I snuggle? And even on entry, we're gonna talk about all this stuff. And this YouTube video is kind of inspired by a call we had in the accelerator, which is kind of a new program we rolled out where we have Colin. We have three calls in that now. We have three
Three.
group calls
Yes, sir.
every single week in the accelerator. And actually, Colin, if you go over to the accelerator call notes, what's really, really nice is the accelerator replays are also AI'd, so you know exactly where to fall. So we're gonna share some things around this Snuggle. You can actually see it right there. Jack and others discuss using Snuggle rebalancing as an entry point rather than lump sum buying to dollar cost average into positions. Colin, let's chat about it. What do you got?
Yeah, this is awesome. And I've actually done this personally and it worked out beautifully. So let's define what Snuggle balance, what is the Snuggle? Because shout out to Chad, honestly, and hopefully he's watching this because we got to give him credit for it. And actually, Lucas, I learned that from him on a fast track mastermind call. Yep. And so for me, when he taught me this, I sat back in my seat and I said, Chad, this changes everything, right? And so anyways, we talked about this on an accelerator call of how can I value cost or dollar cost my way into an asset using liquidity pools. So I'll give you an example. About 7 or 8 months ago, I on-ramped about $1,000 of fiat, and I said, well, I'm just going to buy Solana, and put it in my bull run bag. Right? Well, I could take $1,000 and I could just straight up buy Sol, put it and stuff it in my cold storage wallet for the long haul, and I've done that in the past. Or I said, wait a sec. Let me use what I just learned from Chad. Could I actually use a liquidity pool to dollar cost average my way into that asset on the way down? So in a way, I'm sort of buying Sol at small increments as the price of Sol moves down. And so there's a lot of platforms out there, Lucas, that you can set sort of automated dollar cost averaging into, right? There's plenty of platforms to do that. But what I'm talking about here is using a liquidity pool so that you're earning fees, you're earning extra rewards as you do that. That's where the game changer.
I really want people to get this because this is huge. Like a lot of people just see it as I just want to make a daily income, but there's so many strategies within that. And I'm huge on like prices moving down, your dollar cost averaging back in the asset that you want. Or even if prices are going up and you set the range on the upside, it's like, well, you want to be forced to take profits. That's a really good strategy. And you're earning fees as you're taking profits. To me, it's like, once I understood that, the game changed when it came to yield farming.
Absolutely. And so it's like, well, I can take those funds and I can take $1,000. I'm just, $1,000 of USDC and I can buy 50% Sol and put the price right in the middle of my range, as traditional yield farmers do potentially. Or you can use the charts and you can use the strategy as a Snuggle entry. Okay, Lucas, let's see this because this is really, really interesting stuff. So what I'm talking about here is entering a pool with 100% of one asset and 0% of another asset. And so for me, when I on-ramp $1,000 of USDC, well, instead of just buying Sol, I think it was 160 at the time, right? Instead of just buying Sol at that price, well, what if I have the current price right outside of my range to the upside? And I actually have, let's just keep this super simple, Lucas. We'll have the top of my range right under the current price, and I'll have the bottom of my range down where I would like to be fully converted into Sol, let's just say, right? And so now as the price of Sol drops into my range, I start earning fees in Sol and USDC. So that's amazing because, and then Lucas, how are we earning the fees? Well, as users are swapping in that pool, they pay a small fee and that fee
and
comes
mostly
to me,
selling.
Right?
People are selling, but you still get earned a fee. Yep.
We still earn these fees. So as the price drops into my range, I'm earning fees, and that $1,000 of USDC is now $9,999 of USDC, or $999, and now I have a little bit of Sol. And so as the price of Sol continues to drop into my range here, I'm buying little bits of Sol on the way down, all the while earning fees. And so for me, I like this entry strategy because I'm gaining more Sol in two different ways, like I described. And I'm lowering my average buy price as the price goes down. And so instead of just buying that lump sum, just like what Reed and Jack and all of us were talking about on this accelerator call, instead of just buying a lump sum right at one time, or just setting automated buys on a weekly basis, what if we earned fees while we use the strategy? Really
That's
cool.
It. Dude, scroll down a little bit to the transactions flickering down the screen too. I like when people fully understand this is, oh, we just made some money. Oh, we just made some money. And we just made some money. Very small
buys
amount.
and sells, Lucas.
That's right.
Right. buys, it doesn't matter. Either one. So 100%. So good. One on the flip side, on the other side, right? So then we started to dive into like, okay, well, what if I have SOL in my bull run bag, or I have SOL on the sidelines? Well, could I do it on the flip side to dollar cost average my way out or ladder my way out? And Lucas, you mentioned this earlier on the call, but on this video, but what if I have the top side here at something like 240, and I put I put the bottom of my range right above current price. And so now I'm entering this pool with 100% SOL, 0% USDC. And because I set the range like this, as the price of SOL pops up into my range, I'm earning those fees like I talked about. And I'm now dollar cost averaging my way out, or I'm incrementally laddering my way out of SOL. So now I'm selling my Solana tokens. I always say that. I'm selling my Solana tokens, into USDC on the way up, Lucas. So now as the price of SOL moves up to 160 and 170 and 180, I'm just dollar costing averaging my way out of the asset and earning fees all of the way. And just to make a note here is, as soon as the price moves past the upper range, I would be fully converted out of that SOL and into USDC. And so this is a way to strategically force yourself to take profit on the assets as well as earning fees the entire time. And so what we started to talk about, go ahead. One last thing, because we were talking about, well, how high should I put this? Should I put this low, or should I give it more room to the upside? And so this is where a lot of strategy comes in, and where that conversation really started to take off in the accelerator call, because now we're talking about, if I have AVAX and I really want to sell AVAX at a certain price point, well, I can automate that on another platform, or I can use a liquidity pool to do this all the way up. And so the higher room you give, right, the slower it would sell, but more upside in terms of the price appreciation. So again, that's where you get really strategic with now, where do I set this top range? So anyways, Lucas, really interesting strategy that we were diving into on the Accelerate call. I just want to share it with the YouTube crew here.
Let's go. There's also a little bonus point in there, is also know that depending what platform you're on, but let's just say in the SOL example, let's just say you're earning SOL, you may just choose to stack that. So when we talk laddering out, we like to be laddered out at 80% on what we think is our max price, but we like to leave a little in our bull run bag. So if prices do go crazy, you're still in and you're still riding some massive appreciation. Now, if SOL and USDC, you're in a range and you're being sold into USDC and your dollar cost averaging out of SOL as you go up, but you're earning SOL the whole time, you may just choose to earn that SOL and just keep it. And you can gamble it a little bit more of like, I'll just hold on to this till I think, markets have topped. But you're never going to time the top. And ask yourself, if you're watching this and you've been through a cycle, most people's biggest regret in every cycle is they never took profit because they think they're smarter than the market and they F themselves. That's 99% of people in crypto. And so I don't care if we're halfway through a market, a pump. I'm slowly selling, taking profit because I've been hurt too many times not to. So this just forces you to take profit. And if people got that, they'd be less concerned about impermanent loss and this or that. I'm just like, you're never going to get it perfect. And impermanent loss times it, or it calculates if you sold perfectly at the top versus this. But it's like, that's so unrealistic. It's you're going to be messy and it's not going to be perfect. Lock in the profit. And that's why I love the yield farming strategy that you're sharing here. So thank you for sharing.
Absolutely. Yeah. It takes the emotional aspect out of it. We talk about that a lot in the accelerator group, but we talk about a lot of like, especially with bull run bags and laddering out, we talked about this week as well, and the emotions that comes with it. And actually we asked that question of like, how many of you been through a bull cycle before? Almost everybody in the room said, yeah, me. How many people, right? To that exact same question. How many people didn't take profit as attentively as they should have? Every hand in the room, including myself, was up. So yeah, really good point, Lucas. Yep.
So good. If you're watching this, like the video, subscribe. If you want more educational content, we're actually really looking forward to sourcing some really wicked concepts and ideas, maybe even clips from our accelerator calls, which is our group coaching program. If you want face-to-face time with the instructors, that's a really, really good way to get that. And Fast Track, which is one-on-one. Fast Track, people do have 25, 30K plus portfolios, and they just want to buy themselves time and get expert help hands-on. But we're going to be sourcing a lot of really big alpha from there and sharing it on YouTube. So if you'd like more content like this, subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and let us know in the comments is yes, please, more alpha, more high-level strategies. Happy to share it here on YouTube. I just want to do what the YouTube peeps want. So you let me know. And with that said, we're going to let you go. Peace.